Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty intriguing news in regards to the next big, I believe, walk-in event going on. Now, I do want to give you guys a heads up. We have been kind of subtly hearing rumors and murmurs about this throughout these past about like week or so, as you guys have probably maybe mentioned on videos in passing, but we actually have a little bit more stuff that's also been apparently now confirmed that there is now stock showing up in stores. This also does include the PlayStation 5, so I'm also very intrigued on this. We're going to kind of give you guys the overall up-to-date information. We'll probably get more throughout the next few days, as well as also what we're expecting, locations we're expecting, price points we're expecting, and all that kind of good stuff as well. So a lot of stuff to get to go and talk about. And as well, kind of good news too, because some of the stuff, as you guys probably know from all these other various locations and spots, are a little bit more on the overdue side. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, make sure you guys are entered into the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway on the Twitter link down below and being subscribed to the channel itself up on YouTube. But definitely go do the Twitter one, takes like 2 seconds. Twitch stream down below if you guys want to hang out and chill with all the Weeble and Coinbase too as well. And I appreciate all of you lovely folks who are stopping on by and hanging out and chilling. Let's go and dive in the video itself. So you guys can kind of maybe go and kind of hear about this or kind of all this good stuff. Gamestop. Now, we have been talking about Gamestop a decent bit throughout these past, like I said, about a week or so. We've been hearing rumors from folks saying, hey, there's going to probably be a walk-in event soon. Date-wise, we're getting close to about a month and a half since the last proper good PlayStation 5 walk-in event, and as well, same for just an online drop. So let's go talk about this. So the big news for this one, this is kind of like why we're kind of more talking about this as of now. We do have employee confirmation that there are now stores sitting on PlayStation 5 stock. So let's go talk about this a little bit. When it comes to this, we've actually now been seeing, and I've also have been reported now, because I've been just asking around, some folks, get the emails and tweets on occasion. If you guys ever get information, you guys always can send to me, don't forget. But when it comes to GameStop, GameStop employees have now confirmed that their stores have had a shipment of consoles that are now physically in the stores themselves. This is confirmed. This is just letting you guys know. So we are now seeing stores having boxes of PlayStation stock physically available. So what does this mean? How is this going to go? What are we expecting for all the other information? Blah, 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 blah. So as I mentioned 3 times, the stores, GameStop stores, are slowly now receiving shipments. So it's not every single store, obviously. And if you guys have seen these usual restock drops, not every single store will have stock, obviously, but when it comes to GameStop for their Xboxes and PlayStations, it usually does seem like pretty much every state and every area has a pretty good chance. We see a lot of folks getting their consoles and console drops for it. So I'm going to go pull up the actual map itself just for a rough reference. This is the drop from the 117 drop. So this is not, it's a little stressor because, people are sometimes up here. This is not the current locations. This is not a current drop going on right this second. We're just letting you guys know it's probably going to be happening very, very soon. Whether it's an online drop or in-store, but the in-store seems way more likely based on the fact that we're slowly seeing employees receiving stock. So you guys can kind of go and see just for a quick reference. This is from the previous 127 in-store drop, which as well has also been quite a while ago. At this point, it's getting close to about a month and a half as well for that one. The entirety of all of February did not have any walk-in drops and barely any console drops, which would also make a lot of sense for they might do a big walk-in event. But as you guys can see for this, just on the prior one, there's basically stock everywhere. Stock is pretty much literally on every single state, besides some places like the Dakotas and Wyomings, Nebraskas, and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. But like I said 5 different times now, we have been seeing employees in different states, mind you, too. So it's not just a one state, one area, one location, one off, how we sometimes see for walk-in events. But for this, we have been seeing different areas and different spots, different people reporting on it, etc., etc. And usually for GameStop, we usually have a 1 or 2 week, a little bit prior notice for this whenever it comes to their drop. So this is why we're slowly getting information for it. There should be one happening soon, although I'm sure you guys know with how weird Targets and the Best Buys and even Amazons have all been for their drops. It's kind of up in the air. But I'd probably go and say throughout this upcoming week, mainly because stores usually don't like to see stock, seems very, very likely. And if not this week, probably next week. Now, I just want to remind you guys, there's always a chance nothing happens at all. But on pretty much every single time we've seen GameStop drops throughout these past, probably I'd say 5 months as they start doing walk-ins, we've been seeing a lot more folks. It's kind of the same similar format where we kind of see some rumors, and then at some point we get a little bit more solid rumors, and this is more on the solid rumor part. And this is where it's starting to get good, and then at some point pretty much every store has stock, and then we see the employee email lemo leaked, and then at the very final 1 or 2 days before the drop happens, we see GameStop officially update their website how we're watching right now. Once again, this is a prior website. So As we've kind of mentioned, we've seen stock in stores. We're kind of probably waiting for a drop because it's been a very long time, even online for PlayStation, so a walk-in event seems likely. And as well, just extra additional stock would probably go towards good for a good walk-in event. Now, what do we expect for other various stuff? Pro membership. Now, you probably are going to have to be a pro member. We did even see this from the previous Xbox drops that happened like 2 weeks ago or so. So once again, it's also very overdue. Even for online, it's starting to get a little bit on the overdue side. So apply to be a pro member, especially for the very first day of the drop itself. We do sometimes see the drops afterwards kind of go and taper off, where just more normal people have a chance to get their consoles. You don't have to be a pro member, blah, 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 blah. Don't forget the stores as well. It'll probably be most stores, as you guys can see from prior drop. A lot of these locations have a lot of stock, and as well, it's pretty much all throughout the country. Sometimes it's a little bit bigger, sometimes a little bit smaller. We have seen drops where they have even like Hawaii and Alaska, and like even a little bit more in like the Dakotas having additional stock. And sometimes we've seen it a little bit more on the lighter side, where it's just not every location, but quite a few of them, either way. I'll usually stock numbers. The last few drops, the last one was, and same with the Xbox, was a little bit on the smaller side. Like we were seeing more from like 5 to 20 stock range or so, which in all honesty is not as good. It's kind of small if you gotta really think about it. But basically on the fact that we haven't seen a PlayStation drop in like about let's say like a good solid one like in a month. Like there's been a few even for GameStop, but even other locations as well. It's kind of probably given a good chance for these stores to start building up stock, receiving more stock, and that's probably why we've been seeing this small leak now of stores slowly starting to receive stock. Because don't forget, there's 50 different states. Some stores may receive stock as of like 2 days ago, and some stores may still receive stock 5 days ago. So that's why I'm not saying it's 100% going to be going this upcoming week. We have to wait for a little bit more leaks coming out, but it does kind of seem like GameStop will be having a nice big walk-in event in the very near future. As well, price points we'll probably be expecting. I think the last one was actually same with the Xbox. Find out kind of good and well priced, like around like the $600 $20 to $670 price range. Kind of depends on your tax and what they do for the bundles. That's probably what we're expecting. We've been kind of seeing like kind of easier, a little bit more chiller side, where it's like you have a PS Plus and then a GameStop card, etc., and then console. We've also been seeing them be a little bit less expensive, like less than like $800 bundles, because I think they probably just realized that normal bundles were sitting too long. So we at least have thankfully seen GameStop kind of adjust their bundles and make it slightly more on the affordable side. So I just want to give you guys all the information we can on this one. Like I said, employees have been confirming it. We've been seeing stock locations. We've been seeing everything else floating around. So we'll give you guys more details throughout these next few days. Although the fact that there is stock physically in stores themselves confirmed by multiple sources means this is going to be happening sooner rather than later. Once again, kind of to stress it, time's kind of up in the air, but it's very overdue. Time's coming up pretty soon, and the fact that there is stock physically in stores is usually a pretty good sign. So all around good stuff when it comes to GameStop. And now part 2 of this video to kind of wind down the video itself. Even as of earlier on today, we'll probably touch on this a little bit more probably tomorrow morning. Best Buy. We still have been seeing folks getting quite a good amount of Xbox Series X consoles available at their local Best Buy stores. Now, I know it's not a PlayStation itself, but when it comes to that, keep on checking your local Best Buy stores. We've been having good vibes. We had a lot of folks saying that there was like more than 10 plus consoles at their store when they went and checked it. Some obviously people did not have any stock in the local area. I mean, it's kind of just a big duh. I mean, obviously duh. Some stores might be already sold out or may just not even have it, but we have been seeing loads more reports of them having additional stock. So it's nice to see. Like, I do like seeing extra stock. I like seeing people getting their consoles. It's just nice. And even for bundles, I know not everyone loves the bundles for GameStop. And the fact that we're kind of prepping up for another nice big walk-in is also maybe nice too for other locations, because that means if like GameStop has a big load of stock arriving and has been kind of moving out, that also means other big stores and locations that we've also been closely watching. Think like the Walmarts or the Targets, especially Target itself, will be having a drop in the near future. So it's kind of just nice to see. I like seeing GameStop in the news again. We haven't seen them too much. They were kind of clutch for like 2 weeks in a row, and then they kind of just fell off the face of the planet. So it's nice to see Paul have another potential walk-in coming out very, very soon. And like I said, we'll be giving you guys more details all throughout the next few days as it kind of slowly kind of keeps on coming on out. Just remember the whole world economic situation is a little bit on the weirder side and all over the place side. So just in case something seems weird or strange, just don't mind that. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter giveaway down below, and the Twitch giveaway down below too as well. We got that Weeble, we got that Coinbase. I just appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Hope you guys are going to have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you guys later on throughout today for a bunch more videos. Love you guys.